Hi everyone, this is Sangeeta Gopi.
Hi everyone, this is Ashwin.
And we are the expert IELTS trainers at Medcity International Academy. We are here to introduce a set of videos that we've planned on IELTS. We'll be coming up with different videos on all the 4 modules of IELTS.
So ma'am, how are these videos gonna be different and special?
Well, it is special because the content of this video will completely depend on the comments and suggestions that we get. So what you want to see on the different modules of IELTS is what we will have our upcoming videos on.
Okay.
So what's first on our list, Ashwin?
So first on the list, today we'll have IELTS speaking. So today we'll just deal with the first part questions. I'm just so skeptical about that. How is it going to be working?
Well, what Ashwin just said is right, because there are too many IELTS sample speaking videos doing the rounds on the internet. So what will make the videos at Medcity is different is the kind of feedback and suggestions that we will give at the end of every speaking video.
Oh, I'm looking forward for that.
Yes, so we'll have that coming up today. So what are you waiting for? Please send us your comments and suggestions, and you can wait and watch all those coming up as videos.
Be with us.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is the speaking test of International English Language Testing System taking place on Thursday, 19th of September 2019. The center number is MIAK 001. The candidate is Andrew Tom and the candidate number is AB0012. The examiner is Muhammad Salman and the examiner number is B452. Now we shall begin.
Okay, sir.
May I know your full name?
I'm Andrin Tom.
So how can I address you?
You could call me Andrin.
Okay, are you a student or a professional?
I'm a microbiologist by profession, although I've not been working.
Okay, so let's begin. Now let's talk about name.
Okay, sir.
Does your name have any special meaning?
Yes, my name means being manly or virile, and it's very rare to find people with this name.
Is your surname very common in India?
No, I haven't come across people having this sort of surnames, although people in other countries do take up this name.
Okay. Do you like your name?
Yes, I love my name because it is very different from the rest of the people and also makes me confident about myself.
Okay. Would you like to change your name in future?
No, I would not prefer to change my name because although it is a trend that people change their names and they tend to acquire more different sort of names, my name is very unique and I like to be addressed like that.
Okay. Do people in your country like to change their name?
Yes, people change their names very often because they come across people having the same or similar sort of names, and it is often confusing to address people.
Now let's talk about smile.
Okay, sir.
Do you always smile?
Yes, I prefer smiling always because it gives a positive energy to the one we are facing, and also it makes us feel confident.
Do you like smiling?
Yes, I love to smile.
Okay. Should people smile more?
Yes, it is a good gesture to smile more. It is a welcoming gesture and also makes us confident from inside.
Do you smile while taking photos?
Yes, photographs are meant to keep memories, so I prefer to smile while taking photographs.
Can you recognize a fake smile?
No, it is difficult for me to distinguish if the smile is genuine or if it's fake because I blindly trust people and that often makes me fall into trouble.
Fine. Now let's talk about animals.
Okay, sir.
Do you like animals?
Yes, I love animals because they're very compassionate towards the ones who care for them, and I like pet animals the most.
Fine. What's your favorite one?
My favorite animal is a dog, although I don't have one, but I wish if I own myself one dog.
Okay. So that's end of your part 1.
Okay, sir.
So here are the comments for Andrin's speaking. Andrin spoke on part 1 of speaking. which is a 4 to 5 minute long session. In this section, there are very simple questions asked on familiar topics. Andren spoke on her name, she spoke about smile, and she spoke also about animals. So these were the 3 topics based on which Salman, her examiner, asked her questions. And if you look at her overall performance for part 1, I would say that she did fairly a very good job. There are 4 marking criteria when it comes to IELTS speaking. The first one is fluency and coherence. If you noticed, she didn't have any such hesitation when she spoke. If at all you've seen 1 or 2 hiccups here or there, it was only content related and nothing related to language. So basically, Andren was quite fluent in her speaking. But one area that she could have developed is how she answered the questions. Though there are very simple familiar questions asked, part 1 requires you to develop your answers. So some of Andren's responses were too short, probably a few words or a single sentence. Andren could have developed these sentences. She could have developed her answers a little more. So when it comes to part 1 of speaking, you need to try to answer each question in 2 to 3 sentences. So it is something like you give a response and give a reason for it. I wouldn't say that Andren hasn't done this in her entire speaking. She has. For example, I think it was a question where Salman asked her regarding her surname, whether it is common in India. She said, no, I haven't come across with people with this name. And then she extended her answer saying, though it is a very common surname across the world. Or when asked what her name meant, she said, my name means so and it means this and how unique it is. So she's tried to develop her answers, but there were certain areas where her answers were quite short. So that's one tip that you can take in developing your answers, not to make it too long, but probably in around 2 to 3 sentences. The next criteria is pronunciation, and if you've noticed, her articulation is quite strong. Her sentence stress, word stress are quite in place, and her pronunciation is very clear. So if that's the case, she has a high chance of scoring somewhere between 7 and 8 when it comes to both fluency and pronunciation. The next criteria is lexical resources. I would definitely say that she has a good set of words with her. In part 1 of speaking, the examiners do not expect you to give very complicated words because there are very simple topics that are being discussed. In spite of that, Andren has managed to use less common idiomatic phrases and vocabulary quite skillfully. For example, these are certain phrases that she's used. People address me by this name. It's a welcoming gesture. Photos are meant to keep promises. Distinguish if smile is genuine or not. Now, I would say these kind of phrases are less common and she skillfully used them. So her vocabulary is also quite strong. The 4th criteria is grammatical range and accuracy. Andren did not have too many grammatical slips or errors, not any that were very evident, quite evident. She didn't have problems with the range of sentences that she made. They were simple sentences. She had complex sentences also. So they were long and short sentences in use. There was also no much problem in changing tenses. When she spoke about future possibilities also, she used the tenses quite effectively. So I would say again that when it comes to grammatical range and accuracy, Andren is a very strong candidate. One glaring mistake that I've noticed that she made in her speaking is, towards the end when she was asked questions on her favorite animal, she said, my favorite animal is a dog. Does that mean a particular dog? Probably, But she added saying, although I don't have one. So if she doesn't have a dog of her own, but she says her favorite animal is a dog, then that is a grammatical mistake. So probably she could have said, my favorite animal is dog, or I love dogs. Yeah. So a small error there. And another, she said, when continuing that answer is, but I wish if I owned myself one dog. There's a small slip in that structure as well. The right usage would be, I wish to own a dog myself. So this was only one glaring error that I found when it comes to grammar, but throughout she had grammar-free sentences. Certain other suggestions that I would like to make when it comes to her speaking in general of part 1 is that she's effectively paraphrased as well. So paraphrasing is important. So if the examiner asks you, do you like your name? Instead of saying, I like my name, which is repeating the question, she said, yes, I love my name. So she tried paraphrasing it. Certain areas that Andrin could have improved is where she said, when the examiner asked, what should the examiner address her by? She said, you could call me Andrin. Now, could is a past form. So probably she can say, you can call me Andrin. That would have been a better usage. She also said in her second response that, I'm a microbiologist by profession, although I've not been working. So that a better usage for this would be, I'm a qualified microbiologist, but I don't work. Or I'm a microbiologist by qualification, but at present I do not work. So small errors like these that she made and small improvements and suggestions that could have been used so that her speaking becomes better. Other than that, I would definitely say that Andrin is a very strong candidate to speaking, and she can easily get somewhere between 7 and 8 if she performs like this. So hope these suggestions and comments helped you as well, and good luck with your preparations.